Hey guys, it's Julian, and today I'm going to be talking to you about something that I've been thinking about a lot lately that I want to talk to you guys and really be honest with you guys about as well. I'm not really going to sugarcoat anything. This might hurt some people's feelings, but I think that ultimately the honest truth is going to get you results. Sitting around and feeling bad about it, not really going to get you anywhere, so buckle up. Now before I start with the video, I also want to say make sure to like this video as well as subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me, and also if you want to support me, definitely go check out my sample packs at the top of the description. They're all just $5 or $10, but it really helps support me and keep me going so that I can keep bringing you guys new videos like this every day and helping spark interesting discussions online. So definitely go check those out. I've also got my email for Ghost Production, the custom tutorials there, so definitely check that out if you're interested as well. And let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about how in 2020, good music is simply not enough. What do I mean by this to start off with? I mean that obviously there's a lot of people out there right now making pretty high quality music. Of course, one, the standard has been a little bit lowered, but also everything is a lot more accessible now. And it's a lot easier to make really high quality tracks. And it just kind of takes like a lot less resources to do it now. So, as a result, there's so much good music out there. And this is the first point that I want to make about this is like, you know, the more good music that comes out and the more people are able to keep making high quality tracks very easily every single day, the less special essentially it is each time that you make a really great track. And this is kind of what I was talking about with things that might hurt people's feelings, because it's like, you know, it's tempting to make one really solid track and you might have something really solid there, but then just kind of rest on that and just sort of think like, okay, I'm good now, you know, I'm ready to get famous or whatever. But it's like, no, because the truth is there's someone out there with 10 tracks that are better than that on their hard drive right now that they don't even have signed, you know, that they're waiting to send to labels. So it's like, there's just so much good stuff out there. And as a result, it does kind of water down the pool. Now, I don't think that that's necessarily bad, however. Again, it's not that it just is the end, like, the more music there is, the less you should put music out. It's not like that at all. What it really means, though, is that if you're going to make music and you're going to try to make something really special and really good, it's going to have to be really good and really special. So really, the way I view it is it's more like a challenge, less than it is like a defeating thing of like, oh man, there's so much good music out there, what's the point? Well, make yours really good and prove the point. Prove why you deserve to be out there, you know? That's really, like, if you ask me, like, that's what I'm trying to do. Is like, yeah, obviously, there's a million people out there releasing the same 128, 130 BPM trancey techno tracks. But with my tracks, I'm proving to you guys why I feel that mine deserves to be listened to, even in a sea of other tracks that are very similar. And this is really the approach. And it's like, yeah, it all just comes down to like not getting defeated and, you know, being able to kind of be strong with yourself and realize that like you can do this, but you're going to have to prove yourself. The next thing that I think kind of makes it this way with music, good music not being enough, is essentially making good music gets easier every day. You know, the tools, of course, become easier. There's always new sample packs, better sample packs, higher quality loops coming out that you can use to really be able to make like better sounding tracks right away. There's new tutorial, of course, on my channel, there's a new tutorial every day. You know, there's new software being released every day. Every single day, something is happening to make it easier to go from not knowing anything about music to making a really high quality, like Beatport Top 100 level track. And so, as a result of that, that kind of waters down the pool a little bit as well, of course. I mean, even we saw it like a few years ago, like I started producing around like 2013. When I first started producing, all the sample packs were like dry 909 kicks and like, you know, like the drums were not good at all. And then Splice happened a few years later, so then, you know, it got like a little bit better quality, there's starting to be some nicer loops. And now it's like the loops and samples that are available are like, if even one of these sample packs was available back in 2013 or 2014 when I was fumbling around with those like dry 909 packs, like it would have been so much better. So it's like, you know, there's just, it's always going to get easier. And that effect that I just described from 2013 to 2020, imagine where it's going to be 7 years from now in 2027, you know? So it's like, yeah, the pool does kind of get watered down a little bit every day because of the fact that making good music gets easier. But again, it just goes back to what I was saying. It's like, prove to people why, even if everybody has access to these tools and it's so easy, why you're still special in that sea of people. So then, those are kind of the first two main things that I think are like reasons why. I've also thought a lot about stuff that you can kind of do personally to get yourself out of this mindset. Because again, I think just thinking, oh, good music isn't enough is kind of a defeatist mindset. It means to you saying, what's the point? Why am I going to put out tracks? There's, and you never want to be there. Just don't, if you even start to get there, just don't let yourself. So what you have to do is kind of think of, like, again, things like what I was saying before is like, well, I'm trying to prove to people why in a sea of 128 BPM techno tracks, mine are still special enough, And I think that kind of comes not just with that, but also with other things. Like, something that I like to kind of do is I try to focus on, like, what makes you, me, or in your case, what makes you, you, and then present that with the music. So, like, in my case, I'm very into fashion, and I'm very into, like, art and kind of, like, avant-garde stuff like that. So I can kind of combine that. I can say, okay, well, I'm going to be a techno DJ, but then I'm also going to, like, wear really cool fits that, like, you wouldn't usually see a techno DJ wear. And then I'm also going to kind of, like, present myself with this cool image. So now you're kind of painting a picture of something that's unique, that doesn't exist, and it's all you. It's all coming from within. It's not like saying, oh yeah, I'm just going to be the guy with the sunglasses and the same, like, black tank top that every techno DJ has. But you're finding things about your personality and sort of combining it with your music, and that's ultimately what's going to make you stand out, so that now, if you have a really good track and you have this other thing, there's more to stand out about you versus just the person that's sitting there in a room just going, woo, I got a new track, guys. Who wants to listen to it? New track, it's not going to be that interesting. But if you find something that's very unique and very cool about you, maybe it's something that you're afraid to show the world right now, Maybe you're a man and you want to paint your nails pink, or maybe, like, whatever it could possibly be. Find that and put that with the music, because that's going to make you stand out in the sea of other high-quality music. And I think ultimately that's just going to make you stand out in the world in general. And also you're going to be a lot happier if you just kind of be yourself at all times, I've learned. The last tip, though, here is I think just be really, really persistent, because ultimately, if you have two tracks that are on the same level, right, and one of them was made by this guy who's just kind of like, yeah, like, this cool track I made, guys, like, check it out, and then the other one is like, guys, check out my track, isn't it so sick, like, tell me how much you like it, like, they're going to think this track is better, even if they're on the same level. So it's like, a lot of times that persistence, that's really the big difference. And also when you hear music and you say, dude, this sucks. This is so much worse than the music I can make. Why is this so big and mine is not? A lot of times it's because that person knew they weren't making the best music, but they were just really, really persistent with it. So I think, and I've given that tip, I think I gave that in my last talking video as well, but it's like, yeah, just like being persistent, I think, is really going to set you apart as well. And a lot of times that can be one of your kind of like defining traits, is like, okay, yeah, this label manager might be getting a bunch of other really good tracks in the style, but they're not getting tracks from someone once a week like they're getting from me, Stuff like that, just kind of like, again, finding ways to stand out. That don't always have to be just the music. You can make really good music and also have, like, these interesting things about your personality, but ultimately it's just going to have to be your overall artist picture that's going to make you stand out. And yeah, so that is going to be it for this one, guys. Like I said, I want to talk about this tip a little bit. This is something that I think about a lot. I think that while making good music alone isn't enough, I don't think that should ever be a discouragement for somebody. I think you should look at it more as like a challenge, again, of like, okay, well, let me prove to them why my good music truly is better and why it deserves to be out there. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more of these talking advice type of videos. I can literally talk for like an hour straight, as you guys have seen me do. Like I said in the beginning, you can check out my sample packs at the top of the description. They're all $5 or $10. But it really, some are a little bit more, but it really helps to support me and keep me going so I can keep bringing you guys more videos like this. I don't make a whole lot of these talking videos, but the sample packs help keep me going. I've also got my custom tutorial and ghost production email at the top of the description there. So yeah, thank you so much for the support, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.